Hello, 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 my chat. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? We're going to read the book of Joshua. The book of Joshua. The book of Joshua. Yep, that's right. The book of Joshua. So, let's do it. The book! The magnificent book of Joshua is what we are reading. I kind of want some fine music while we do this. So, yeah. So let's get some good music. Not loud music though. Just some peaceful music. Y'all won't hear them. Just me. So that's good. I like it. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's better. Wait, we gotta edit some things though. And boop. That's better. There we go. Then Joshua the son of Nun sent 2 men as spies secretly from Shittim, saying, "Go see the land, especially Jericho." So they went and came into the house of a harlot, whose name was Rahab, and lodged there. And it was told to the king of Jericho, saying, "Behold, men from the sons of Israel have come here tonight to search out of the land." And the king of Jericho sent word to Rahab, saying, "Bring out the men whom have come to you, who have entered your house, for they have come to search out all the land." But the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them, and she said, "Yes, the men come to me, but I did not know where they were from." Now it happened, when it was time to shut the gate at dark, that the men went out. I do not know where the men went. Pursue them quickly, for you may overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof and concealed them in the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order on the roof. So the men pursued them on the road up to the Jordan, to the fords, and as soon as those who were pursuing them had gone out, they shut the gate. Sorry guys, I'm struggling to read this because I don't have my Invisalign in, so give me a second. I'll be right back. I need to put my Invisalign in. Now I gotta give my teeth a little scrubby. fam? I'm back, fam. Whoa. 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 One second, guys. Something smells a little under the niceness. You know, I don't know what it is. Just trying to fix it up, you know. Now, before they laid down, she came up to them on the roof and said to the men, I know that Yahweh has given you the land, and that the terror of you has fallen on us, and that all the inhabitants of the land have melted away before you. For we have heard how Yahweh dried up the water of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the two kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon and Og, whom you devoted to destruction. Indeed we heard it, and our hearts melted, and a courageous spirit no longer rose up in any man because of you. For Yahweh your God, He is God in heaven above and on earth beneath. So now, please swear to me by Yahweh, since I have shown loving kindness to you, that you also will show loving kindness to my father's household, and give to me pledge of truth, and preserve my father and my mother, and my brothers and my sisters alive, with all who belong to them, and deliver our lives from death. So the man said to her, Our life for yours, if you do not tell this business of ours, and it will be when Yahweh gives us the land, that we will show loving kindness and truth to you. Or needs to put his phone on the charger. Okay, that's peak. Okay, peak. Okay, this is cool. I'm enjoying this story so far. Then she let them down by the rope through the window for her house was on the city wall, so that she was living on the wall. And she said to them, Go to the hill country, lest the pursuers reach you, and hide yourselves there for 3 days until the pursuers return. Then afterward you may go on your way. And the men said to her, We shall be free from this oath to you which you have made us swear, unless when we come into the land you tie this cord of scarlet thread in the window through which you let us down, and gather to yourself and to the house of your father and your mother and your brothers and all your father's household. And it will be that everyone who goes out of the doors of your house into the street, his blood shall be on his own head, and we shall be free. But anyone who is with you in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if a hand is laid on him. But if you tell this business of ours, then we shall be free from the oath which you have made us swear. And she said, According to your words, so be it. So she sent them away, and they went. And she tied the scarlet cord in the window. And they went and came to the hill country, and remained there for 3 days, until the persecutors returned. The pursuers had sought them all along the road, but had not found them. Then 2 men returned and came down from the hill country, and crossed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun. And they recounted to him all that happened to them. And they said to Joshua, Surely Yahweh has given all the land into our hands. Moreover, all the inhabitants of the land have melted away before us. Inhabitants. Whatever. Can't read that word, but we all know what it means, so that's great. I like this chapter. I remember learning about this in my school when I was a little boy. And I remember them showing images and drawings and paintings of what it looks like, and it's so cool. I love this chapter. Let's read Joshua 3. Wonder what it's all about. These chapters seem to be pretty short. Maybe later on they'll be longer. Then Joshua rose early in the morning, and he and all the sons of Israel set out from Shittim and came to the Jordan, and they logged there before they crossed. Now it happened that at the end of the 3 days, the officers went through the midst of the camp, and they commanded the people, saying, when you see the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your God, with the Levitical priests carrying it, then you shall set out for your place and go after it. However, there shall be between you and it a distance of about 2,000 cubits, by measure. Do not come near it, that you may know that way by which you shall go, for you have not passed this way before. And Joshua said to the people, set yourselves apart as holy, for tomorrow Yahweh will do wondrous deeds among you. And Joshua spoke to the priests, saying, carry the ark of the covenant and cross over ahead of the people. So they carried the ark of the covenant and went ahead from of the people. And Yahweh said to Joshua, this day I will begin to magnify you in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that just as I have been with Moses, I will be with you. Moreover, you shall command the priests who are carrying the ark of the covenant, saying, when you come to the edge of the waters of the Jordan, you shall stand still on the Jordan. Then Joshua said to the sons of Israel, come near and hear the words of Yahweh your God. And Joshua said, by this you shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will assuredly dispossess from before you the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Hivite, the Perizzite, the Girgashite, the Amorite, and the Jebusite. Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth is crossing over ahead of you into the Jordan. So now take yourselves 12 men from the tribes of Israel, 1 man for each tribe, and it will be that when the soles of the feet of the priests will carry the ark of Yahweh, the Lord of all the earth, rest in the waters of the Jordan. The waters of the Jordan will be cut off, and the waters which are flowing down from above will stand in one heap. So it happened that when the people set out from their tents to cross the Jordan, with the priests carrying the ark of the covenant before the people, and when those who carried the ark came into Jordan, and the feet of the priests carrying the ark were dipped in the edge of the water, for the Jordan overflows all its banks all the days of harvest. The waters which were flowing down from above stood in one heap, a great distance away at Adam, the city that is beside Zarethan, and those which were flowing down toward the sea of the Arabah, the salt sea, were completely cut off. So the people crossed opposite Jericho, and the priests who carried the ark of the covenant of Yahweh stood firm on the dry ground in the middle of the Jordan, while all Israel crossed on dry ground until all the nation had completed crossing the Jordan. This is an interesting chapter. Good chapter, guys. Good chapter. Good. Wait. There's one song I want to listen to. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh, we'll listen to this one. Okay, I guess this is the last chapter I'll read. See how long it is. Bro, Joshua writes such small chapters. Honestly, W Joshua. Now it happened when all the nations had completed crossing the Jordan that Yahweh spoke to Joshua, saying, Take for yourselves 12 men from the people, 1 man for each tribe, and command them, saying, Carry yourselves 12 stones from here out of the middle of the Jordan, from the place where the priest's feet are standing firm, and carry them over with you, and lay them down in the logging place where you will lodge tonight. So Joshua called the 12 men whom he had anointed from the sons of Israel, 1 man from each tribe. And Joshua said to them, Cross again before the ark of Yahweh your God into the middle of the Jordan, and each of you carrying a stone on his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Israel, in order that this would be a sign among you, so that when your children ask later, saying, What do these stones mean to you? Then you shall say to them, Because the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. When it crossed the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. So these stones shall become a memorial to the sons of Israel forever. Wow, forever. Thus the sons of Israel did as Yahweh commanded, and carried 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan, just as Yahweh spoke to Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Israel. And they carried them over with them to the logging place, and laid them down there. But Joshua set up 12 stones in the middle of the Jordan, as the place where the feet of the priests were carried. The ark of the covenant were standing. Who carried the ark of the covenant were standing, and they are there to this day. Now the priests who carried the ark were standing in the middle of the Jordan until everything was completed that Yahweh had commanded Joshua to speak to the people according to all that Moses had commanded Joshua. And the people hurried and crossed. And it happened when all the people had completed crossing that the ark of Yahweh and the priests crossed before the people, and the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh carried over in the battle area before the sons of Israel, just as Moses had spoken to them. About 40,000 equipped for war crossed for battle before Yahweh to the desert plan of Jericho. On that day, Yahweh magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, so that they feared him, just as they had feared Moses all the days of his life. Then Yahweh said to Joshua, Command the priests who carry the ark of the testimony that they come from the Jordan. So Joshua commanded the priests, saying, Come up from the Jordan. So it happened, when the priests who carried the ark of the covenant of Yahweh had come up from the middle of the Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet were lifted up to the dry ground, that the waters of the Jordan returned to their place, and went over all its banks as before. Now the people came up from the Jordan on the 10th of the first month, and camped at Gilgal, on the eastern edge of Jericho. And those 12 stones which they had taken from the Jordan, Joshua set up at Gilgal. Then he said to the sons of Israel, When your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, What do these stones mean? Then you shall make your children know, saying, Israel crossed the Jordan on dry land. For Yahweh your God dried up the waters of the Jordan before you until you had crossed, just as Yahweh, your God, had done to the Red Sea, which he dried up before us until we had crossed. All the peoples of the earth may know that the hand of Yahweh is strong, so that you may fear Yahweh, your God, forever. Good chapter, but I think this is where we end the stream. I enjoyed reading with you guys, and maybe I'll get back to it tomorrow. We can read some more. There's a total of, I think, 24 chapters. Yeah, 24 chapters. So you still have a good ways to go. I hope you guys enjoy reading Joshua with me. I really enjoy watching it on stream. Trying to go through all the books with y'all. Not all of them, just all the ones I haven't read yet. I still have a good amount to read, and I'm thankful that I can read them on stream with you guys, and we can read the Bible together. There's a lot in the Bible, and there's always things to learn. So yeah, well, God bless you guys. Hope y'all have a beautiful night,